Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Sure glad nobody watches my videos. Because when we were getting warmed up last night, just having fun, that was horrifying. And then John, he used to have a tantrum. If I got the camera out again, we used to use a hand cassette recorder, and that we sounded better than what I was doing. I honestly don't sing on here like I can, or if I can anymore. So it's Sunday. I wanted to just pick some random words in the dictionary. Maybe read a psalm. And I am kind of concerned about backlash because with the, I am a Native American sympathizer. The police had already stolen my DNA illegally. They took it from my being, and also I believe the hospital. So I've had a lot of DNA tampering. I'm assuming even when I was young and all that. So they went hog wild on me. I still don't know the correlation with the family. There was something there. It was allowed. I mean, between that and having your parents just call the police on you so you're stalked all the time is so bizarre. Because they were one of them that was. Maybe I'll try to settle down. We were just being silly last night, and I just get loud and just to be... He secretly thinks it's funny, but I realize now if he let those stay up, I shouldn't be relying on him for judgment calls. And I posted on my Quora. You go to the same name on my Quora. It's Fire Up Your Heart, Children of God. And this thing I have isn't letting up, so that's alarming. It is alarming because we're looking at 8. We'll say Thanksgiving. I fully had it. 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I know what day it is. It's Sunday. I was a day ahead. And really nothing I've done has helped. So it comes and it goes. That's what's weird too. I'd be like, oh, it's gone. So then I can only relate that to some sort of allergy. So we're going to randomly pick a word. Jaguarandi. I probably said it wrong. Like jaguar and andi. Jaguarandi. This is jaguarandi. Noun. Plural. Jaguarandi. Jaguarandi. A long-tailed grayish-brown wildcat. Felis Yagourandi. Yagouraroundi of tropical America. I couldn't even get through those videos. I was like, and John was like, just, God, all right. And our camera angle, oh my goodness. He ain't no 300 and some odd pounds. After that, he'll probably make me get the other camera out to see. We need a tripod. We lost it. American Spanish and Portuguese from Tupi Guarani. And then Java, Yahweh, but it's Yahweh. It's variants of Yahweh. That would be one of God's names. Javist, Jawist, variants of Yahwist. One more. That's strange. So Yahweh, and I turn to preach. Preacher, preachify. preachment. Well, anyways, if you're younger, maybe you don't know what this is. I hope you do. We had to have dictionaries. I can't say I'm not going to get into my upset about everything, because it's not letting up. It's getting worse in the sense of censorship and stuff. And if there is any validity to, I believe there is a Patriot Supply article I post on Cure, which is what I was getting to, is in certain regions, and you're just going to have a panel of these people that decide they don't appreciate your tone or your speech. And when we add to it, if you have already upset certain parts of this suppression culture that's developed, and you've already been put on lists, like someone like me, we could be imprisoned for simply just being accused of hate speech just for expressing ourselves the way we want. So I figure a bunch of us are just going extinct. And that's just how it's going to be. So some would say, well, I just don't really want to, I don't want to make any waves, and it's just better, let's just be quiet. We don't need to speak. We don't need to express ourselves. So then I guess you don't need to be able to protect yourself either. You know what I mean? It's all related. Okay, Joab is executed. I don't really want to do that right now. And technically I'm just going to have to get off here because of this thing that I can't get rid of, whatever's going on. The cleansing of the temple. I said in one video, and I don't know why I got so many views, because you could barely hear me. The speaker was messed up on the phone, or I had it accidentally covered. And it was me and the pups, and I was talking about we're not paid to stalk people and this, that, and the other. And it was like 200 and some views. And I believe in a passionate Jesus. But even back when I got saved, or I tried going to churches, there was this big thing with Jesus was this, it really reminded me of like the idea of Buddha. And this light is too much for me right now too. And so we're going to have to, it's hurting my eyes, quite frankly. And so I never saw that. I saw where we were called to be gentle. I called where we were supposed to be kind to one another. I saw where we were supposed to, and I get all that. That's I believe that's within. But when there's an urgency, when you have to urgently warn someone of impending doom, I think that's a different flair of a person. But there's certainly the place for, obviously, tenderness and kindness with one another. And but when someone's running to hell, and I mean you know that it could be really severe for them. Granted, we don't know the outcome of everyone, but if you know they are just completely like slanderous and disrespectful and blasphemous regularly, they hate God, they hate the Bible, and they don't think hell exists, and this is all some sort of made-up crap to hurt everyone, there should be a sense of urgency. If you knew someone was walking into a house that was about ready to blow up, and they would be blown to smithereens to never exist again, we would not be doing that in a monotone method. If you've ever raised one child or babysat even, or had to caretake for youngsters that are still learning to be humans, like that don't accidentally suicide themselves or blow the house up or burn it down, depending on how explorative the child is. Now my son was very explorative and very quick moving, and I was not self-medicating then. I did not self-medicate during pregnancy. I was very much gung-ho to be the most perfect parent in the world. Something tweaked alongside of the stockings and stuff, but when he was inching on 2, something really did go haywire with me because I couldn't keep the one pedophile elder away from him. And there'd already been several incidences of situations. I didn't know what to do. I tried to put him in daycare. That wasn't working. There was incidences there. I had no extended family nearby. Nobody wanted to help. Everyone had their own things going on. Because my son was literally dangerous in the sense of, like I said, a fast mover. So it would be hard maybe for some to believe, but you literally had to be on alert with him, and you had to make sure if he was napping, you had to be able to have him in an area where he wasn't able to climb out, jump out of the crib. Like, his bed had to be near the big bed. I had to be able to watch him at all times because he was very creative. And so I remember when he was just barely walking, and he was starting this new game with me where he would run and then I would catch him, but he did it near a busy road, and I had to swoop him up screaming and swat his butt once, because it wasn't the first time he tried to do it. Now, if I had just continued to be like, oh, no, baby, you can't do that, he wouldn't be here today. He would not be here today. So that's just one example of urgency. So we're going to have real quick here where Jesus cleanses the temple. This is Mark 11:15, 17, and Luke 19:45 and 46. And Jesus went unto the temple of God and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves. So if he's throwing over tables, you think that he was just like going like this? Okay, this is one of my favorites. And I would use this when people are like, no. God says not to question authority. We must follow the government at all costs. You guys, this was 30 years ago, about almost, or more. And said unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves. And the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. And when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple, and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were sore displeased. And he said unto him, hearest thou what these say? And Jesus says unto them, yea, have ye never read, out of the mouth of babes and suckling thou hast perfected praise? And he left them and went out of the city into Bethany, and he lodged there. I think he had to flee. He had to flee there. John 11:1 and 18, and John 11:1 and 12:1. If I can go there quickly. So I hope you have a great Sunday. I don't know what time it is right now. I might look at Hildebrandt, and I had my time zones messed up. It's been a while since I looked at time zones. But there's Pacific and Atlantic, so those are the coasts. Those are different. And then we have the, and John said, yes, we are Eastern. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the map again. What did I say, 11:11? I don't know. I don't remember. So we're going to go back real quick. Goodness. I won't remember where we were. Woo! Did I even tell us where I was? The cleansing of the temple is chapter 21. It starts at verse 12. The cleansing of the temple, Mark 11:15-17, and Luke 19:45 and 46. And I was looking at John 11:1 and 18. It's kind of messing me up here. John 11:1 and verse 18, and chapter 12:1. I probably won't be able to remember again. John 11:1 and 18, and let's just do that. Now a certain man was sick named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. 18. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off. Mary anoints Christ, chapter 12 of John. It says here, I forgot about this part, where many Jews did start to believe on Jesus. But the chief priests consulted, verse 10 of 12, that they might put Lazarus also to death. And then by many away, because that by reason of him many of the Jews went away and believed on Jesus. So that's all I have for today. So I'm sick of the sniffles, and I'm at 20 minutes of a foot bath. Now, my one friend, and I've shown him many, she said she got this thing I described the same as her in the spring, and she said hers is yet to go away. And she doesn't drink, she doesn't eat meat very often. She's like vegetables and nuts, maybe some grains. I know she takes care of herself very well. And she said she's not been able to kick it. And I'm thinking, because it's not like it's just knocks you down enough where you're not at full capacity, not to mention you're blowing your nose all day. But the fact mine is it's there and then it's gone and then all of a sudden it's there again. All right, I gotta go. Love you. Have a great Sunday. Chuck Baldwin Live, 2:30. Is that Mountain Time? And then there's a Central. Or is that Central? And then I'm in this time. And then there's another time. I have to look it up. But I'll be watching him at 4:30. So if you're in Michigan and you're in that realm, on this side of the Mississippi, down the line, it's 4:30. If you're near Montana, then it's 2:30. Okay? All right. Love you. Bye.